Hey everybody, it is Prince's Friend. Today I am here with another review. It's been a little bit since I did a review. This time it is for The Beautiful Experience. It was released on May 17th of 1994, and I heard this song once at the Miss America contest because I heard that Prince was going to be debuting it there. And that's where I heard it and the rest of America heard it. That's where it debuted, and it was pretty awesome. I think it was fitting because of the deeper meaning of, of the song where beauty is not just skin deep. I like that a lot. But I should also be kind of explicit that this was actually released by the artist formerly known as Prince and not Prince. It was actually attributed to the artist. And it was a hit release for the brand new NPG Records at the time, not Warner Brothers, by the way. So of course, I ran out the next day. I immediately bought the Maxi-Single because at this time, I had learned, right? You don't buy the single, you have to buy the Maxi-Single. I paid extra and had it imported and all that stuff because it had 6 tracks on it, in addition to the actual song itself, the core song, which is different than the version that we are later going to hear on the Gold Experience, because that's where Prince covered the song written by the artist formerly known as Prince. I think one of the coolest things about this Maxi-Single is that Prince re-sang the song for each of the different versions. I mean, all the lyrics are the same, but he re-sang each time. He didn't reuse any recordings. I also thought that it was pretty interesting that the single track, The Most Beautiful Girl in the World, is actually the last track on there, not the first. A lot of these types of things usually try to sell you on the main song and then you get a couple of extra things after. But no, this one was like, no, really, I'm pushing all the cool remixes that I did. And, and if you like that song, it's cool. When it was released in the UK, it got to number 18, which is awesome. And it got to number 92 on the US Billboard 200, which again shows that the UK loved Prince way more than the US, sadly. So let's get into the tracks, and then you guys can see how awesome this is. And hopefully you guys already have it, but if you don't, you're in for a treat. Version of The Most Beautiful Girl in the World, and I actually had a dance version of this song on the People Who Covered Prince Songs video that I just did a couple of weeks ago, but this one he did himself, so obviously it's like a million times better in almost every way. I'm a fan of what he added in the choruses, because it goes, could you be the most beautiful girl in the world, and it goes, beautiful, and it kind of adds like little things in the background, which I really, really like. And all the backing harmonizing is just amazing. As good as this is, and it is actually, it's a damn fine version of the song. It's not my favorite. Actually, track 3 is my favorite, but we'll get to that in a second. Then we get to Staxowax, and this version brings the song to kind of a hip-hop sounding Most Beautiful Girl in the World. Prince adds kind of a doo-wop kind of thing to the chorus where it goes, ooh, baby, baby, ooh, baby. And it's I think the best part of it, honestly, is Maite, and she sings the part which is actually from a Salt and Pepper song where she's singing, like he says, you're a sexy mother, which is actually a line from Salt and Pepper's Shoop, where they say, and like Prince says, you're a sexy mother, but Maite, obviously, they didn't say Prince at the time, so they just said he, because he was going by the artist formerly known as Prince. Or actually, at this point, he wasn't even the artist or the artist formerly known as Prince yet. He was just, oh, he's going by an unpronounceable symbol, whatever will we call him? So, really awesome version, and I love the beat, though. Then we get to my favorite of the remixes, and this is where Prince re-sings the song yet again, but this time he actually adds a lot more crooning and a lot more ad-libbing. To me, I think it gives the song a lot more depth and emotion. Again, he adds a bunch of new lines and accents with new words and harmonizing in the background. And I think my favorite is where he goes, "And when the night falls before that day, I will cry." And then he comes in with the cry, cry. And it's like, ooh, it's like, so good, so good. But seriously, the Mustang mix actually slows the song down a bit. It's even slower than the original, which is kind of a slower song. And it makes it funkier and cooler, and that's really why it's my favorite. Flutestramental. And this version, it kind of brings back the beat from Staxowax, but now Eric Leeds is on flute to make it that much better. And I love him on sax, right? He's really good on flute too, and he really kind of kills it on this, just like he always does. And if you do recall, he did the cream Flutestramental on that other Maxi-Single, and we reviewed that, and I also said that he killed it there, so almost like he's a professional musician or something. Anyway, it's a very good instrumental track. Then we get to the sexy saxophone and guitar, and this version starts off a cappella, and then it goes into like a mix of a keyboard set to the sax sound, so it's not actually a sax, and a guitar. It actually borrows the groove from Staxawax as well, and it sounds really fun. It sounds very energetic and stuff, and I really like the energy on it. And the first half is keyboard, and then the second half is guitar, and it's really, really good. Another great instrumental track.
Oh God, what am I gonna do? He finally called.
And then we get the Mustang Instrumental, and this version is basically the Mustang mix, but instead of Prince's vocals, you get a keyboard kind of doing his part. But later on top of that is Nona Gay kind of speaking over the track, trying to figure out what to wear to meet a man, and on the whole, I think it's a really good addition to the Maxi-Single. It's definitely not the star of the show, but it's also a callback to the Beautiful Experience movie.
Could you be the most beautiful girl in the world? Could you be? It's plain to see you're the reason that God made a girl. Oh, yes, you are.
And then we get to the song that is the star of the show, the thing that probably got many people to come and actually buy this Maxi-Single, The Most Beautiful Girl in the World. And it's interesting to talk about it because at the time you couldn't get The Most Beautiful Girl in the World anywhere else. It was either this Maxi-Single or you could buy just the single, and that was it. Prince, then the artist, kind of had a monopoly on this song, and it was heavily publicized, so he was basically showing Warner Brothers like, I don't need you. But it's a beautiful song, and it's about empowering women to achieve their dreams, and yes, they're beautiful on the outside, but it's not even just about physical beauty, and they can do whatever they want, and that's amazing, right? And I loved this part, and not many people know this, but a lot of the proceeds that Prince actually made off of that Maxi-Single were donated to build schools in inner cities and fund music programs. So again, it's something to love about Prince, right? He gave, and he didn't ask for glory or for you to pat him on the back or anything for his charity. He just did it, and he knew that he was making a good difference, and that's all that he really needed. And if there were more people like Prince in our world, it would be a much better place. In conclusion, This Maxi-Single is basically another Prince classic. It's another thing that contributed to me being a very spoiled music fan. Other artists would release a single and I'd be like, oh, the B-side is just another version of the same song, or it's just another song off the same album? Like, what is this? Why can't people be more like Prince? But honestly, all of the versions on this Maxi-Single are unique. The original song shines just as well. Like, none is really better than another, and none of the vocals were like reused or anything, so none of them felt stale. Everything felt like a new experience, and I think that that was what made this beautiful experience that much better. 5 out of 5, no doubt. It's amazing. But I want to let you guys tell me what you think. Don't forget to post down in the comments. Don't forget to follow us on social media and all that good jazz. And may you live to see the dawn. And if you like that video, don't forget to hit that little subscribe button down there. It's right in the corner. And also, there's other videos below me. Definitely check those out. Also, follow us on social media, and you can support the channel by visiting our Patreon or our Redbubble merch store. See you next time.